He's been the 47th president since the creation.
Of America.
So you say he's a double-edged president,
Right.
even though he didn't do a runoff one term of
Right. Second term.
yeah, second term. But for me, this is second term,
This is second term.
second homecoming for him. So it's no longer
I'm happy
strange.
for him. Like it is a lesson to learn, a hard one. That just put your faith, put your weight behind it, and keep trusting. He's old, right? But he's still there,
Yeah, still there.
and so anybody can just make it. Put
So
your mind
don't
to
be
it.
surprising to me here that good luck to that time.
It's bad. After all, good luck and Trump, who is older?
Of course, Trump is quite old.
So
People might say, they prefer good luck.
Buhari ruled, Mr. Buhari ruled.
Olusegun Obasanjo.
Olusegun, so amen. So anything can happen. Would want a good luck, Jonathan, like a second play, just calm and let's see, want to test waters this time around. I don't know if he would ever do that, but I doubt.
All right, done with that. 15 months into the war, the Palestinian-Israeli war, they've sheathed the sword at last.
Ceasefire.
I said, well, you would have just continued to get. Who are you doing? Not me. You just kept on destroying all that you have labored
for years.
For years. You can imagine, as modern and as civilized as Israel. They never had peace. And they've never really had peace. You understand? But this time around, they came out full strike, full blow, and said, yes, sir, it's going to be war. So you can imagine 15 months. And what they have just done is ceasefire. It's not a complete.
It's not a rule yet.
Yeah, it's not yet a rule, according to you. But I think I've been praying that please have prayed.
But one thing that I'm surprised about is that people still go for pilgrimage.
Yeah, but not to the core.
Yeah, but they still go.
Not to the core Israel. Not to the core. They go to places like
so they are losing out. You see,
yeah,
you see why war is not good. It's not the answer. Yes, I know that they have been, coming after them for a long time. They just started retaliating. But then there's nothing like, I know that violence, taking it by force, it's not all the time that you're violent. It's not all the time that you should show that violent part of you.
As happens.
Because there's sometimes, yes, you want to prove to the world that, I still have it, like an eye for an eye. But it spoils everything. There's no gain in war. There is not. I've never seen anybody who said, I've gained so, just that, or other than proving a point. That's okay. We can do this. Two can fight. And this is where they are right now. So I just pray that this time around it will be the end. Because this is not the first time they're saying, okay, we're ceasing. Don't cease fire. Just quench it already. Because you seize it like it's a pause. And you can start it anytime. You can play it anytime. So they should just sheathe the sword and call the truce already. Because it's becoming one too many.
One too many. But at least we just hope that this will be an end to it, because a lot of destruction has actually passed through. And development, because as developed as Israel is, a 365 round the clock tourism attraction, tourism destination, you know what that is? Big money, the tourism sector, and for you not to begin to gain all of that as a result of the war, it's a no-no. It's a no-no, sincerely, because if you follow through, you see young children who are being killed, and they keep waiting, you see them bring them in ambulances and all of that, and yet no lesson is left. You see buildings raised down, houses burned, cars burned, businesses destroyed, lives are lost. No. Day in, day out. For 15 months running. No peace. I think I thank God, because God has eventually intervened. Look at it, Russia experience that you see here in that again.
Mm.
They've also decided to do a ceasefire. And the ceasefire is being on. I think it's also a gradual process to say, okay, no, let there be peace. Say no to war.
Say no to war.
Let's have more peace so that the world will be
a better place.
A better place.
That's right.
All right, coming back home, just when we're coming out of the hocus pocus hysteria of the petrol explosion, another one again is happening in Niger State. And from the sources, I shared with somebody yesterday. I have a direct contact to a friend who's in Niger State. The number is quite humongous. You understand? And just almost immediately, we try to find out, okay, what's the problem? What actually was the problem? Why you had that large number of people?
Over 90 something.
More than.
They're just trying to be economical.
Yes, more than, so that they don't put fear
into people's
lives. You know when people come out to scavenge, to scoop, they come in their quantum.
Oh my goodness.
You understand? They don't just come in their pockets of say, okay, 2, 3. No. They are like bees.
What happened?
The fuel attracts them. Ah, man, let's make some money in the black market and all of that. So you see people calling their brothers, calling their sisters, their relations, to come and scoop, throw away water inside that can and come and use it to, carry basins, and, so that they can turn and sell at the black market.
And sell how much? That will cost you your life.
Yes, although they will make some money in black market because it's not going to sell at the normal filling station at pump price that you sell on the black market. But look at what happened at the end of the day. We lost quite
terrible.
A number.
I can understand the one that happened in Agbo. That was something that you really didn't predict to happen. Maybe the tanker failed, the brake failed, the tanker driver.
Yes,
but this one, a tanker laden with PMS fell, and people, the repercussion. Sometimes, I don't know, I'm a human, but you know what can happen at any given time. And then you still left, I don't know, where is their morals?
Yes, the morals have been thrown to the dustbins, and that is why the National Orientation Agency is saying, okay, there should be a campaign now, advocacy, all NOAs nationwide should carry out a campaign, that should be running on television and radio, guiding against
scooping of
fuel, and I hope that will actually go a long way, in sensitizing our populace. If not, Lily was saying, is it the level of poverty or illiteracy? We cannot adduce either of both, tying it to the issue. But then, it's a no-no.
It's a big no.
Because you've never had few poor off and anybody has survived it.
No.
Never in the history.
Never in the history of Nigeria.
Never in the history. Because we usually have colossal resource loss, because of tanker explosion or one thing, happening. So our prayers actually go for to the families of those who have lost their lives. It's a loss to Nigeria.
A big loss.
Yes. Those people who have gone now, because of the virtually you never know, and say it could be a great man or woman tomorrow.
Maybe some of our leaders, future leaders, maybe there. We pray for God to raise their souls. And so, still on what's trending, telephone subscribers in Nigeria, that is you and I, will pay more for data
50%.
And airtime, as the Nigeria Communications Commission NCC yesterday approved a 50% tariff increase for telecoms operators in the country. So we have, before they even approved it, we've been suffering. I mean, I will do data now and then just surf the internet, except you don't go on social media platforms. Before you do one or two, before you say, Jack, I mean, your data is off. Not off per se, but then it's gone. So
you can't even go through one or two surfing.
right, and before you know it, everything is out. So I don't know what we're going to do to salvage the situation, because the truth is, yes, we're paying for everything. Yes, you have to pay as you go, but then let's have the quality of what we're paying for. Let's have the quality of what you're paying for. It's not enough to just increase the tariff. Not enough to increase the tariff. I mean, there should be a price. I mean, the price should be for a regulated pricing for all of it, and then the whatever we're getting, yes, we can pay, but let's get premium service from these service providers. So it's not just to increase your tariff plans. What are we getting in return?
That's correct. That's absolutely.
Is your service swift?
That's correct.
So they should look inwards and see how.
And you see, funny enough, you see, this modernization, through the telecom industry, it's what we have no end.
It would.
You understand? It's what we have no end.
True.
It's just that we'll get to a point where you say, okay, you have a toll free, but Nigeria is not yet right for that. And we'll also get to a point to the world of the industry where they say your calls during weekends are free. But we haven't gotten to that. But till we get to that point, it's like also draw. Have you got into a one chance? You understand? Because whether you like it or not, once your credit finishes, and I need to get to my brother, I need to charge my phone.
True.
So until we get to that point, it's the grace of God. But I know we'll come out, we'll survive it, whether we like it or not. All right, we'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll look at the people's what people are saying. And when we're done with that, our first guest will be on stream this morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Morning Ride, Tuesday's edition.
welcome back to Tuesday's edition of Morning Ride. So we have our papers now. We have, first of all, let's look at the Guardian newspaper and see what's happening, what's trending on the Guardian newspaper this morning. We have here the major headline: 104 facilities to enlist as pilot phase records 2,819 beneficiaries. A picture here: anxiety. As Trump returns to power, recognizes only two genders. Yeah, that's the male and female gender only. All right, we have EFCC arranges Bahrain's Amcom XMD orders on illegal 76 billion naira. Niger tanker explosion. Death toll rises to 98 as Agric Minister mourns victim. Less than 1,000 mines active as NMCO issues 7,000 mining licenses. And police foil bandit attacks, rescue 207 trafficked children. Reps declare Tinubu's 595 billion naira allocation to intelligence inadequate. And lastly, court condemns media trial, says Otudeco, others not properly served by EFCC. That's it on the Guardian newspaper this morning.
Okay, our next paper for review, we'll take a look at the Daily Times. And the Daily Times has a simple put: reps advocate more funding for NDA, that's Ministries, Department of Agencies, and alignment of base 2025 seasonal climate prediction on the 4th of February. All right, just on the bottom straight there, tanker explosion. PDP blames tragedy on hardship. All right, okay, it's a blame game now. That's it for the Daily Times this morning.
All right, let's look at the Punch newspaper this morning. And on the Punch newspaper, major headline here reads: 50% tariff hike. Nigerians may spend 6.74 trillion naira on calls. Telecoms Group insists hike should have been lower, threatens suit ahead of February implementation date. Court condemns media trial, denies FCC arrest warrant request, says Otudeco, others not properly served. And Ryder here says, I served FBN with dedication and integrity, says Onasai. I'll defend my reputation aggressively, Otudeco. All right, we have another one here, picture of Donald Trump. Trump returns as 47th U.S. president, rejects transgender, illegal migration. Sanwo-Olu pledges to work with new Lagos speaker. 6 killed, 3 injured in Ogun multiple crashes. Court adjourns Dangote refineries 100 billion naira suit against marketers. And that's it on the Punch news.
All right, the Tribune is the next paper to review this morning. Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune has a picture of Donald Trump there. Another Trump era begins. That's the first photo sweep up there, the Nigerian Tribune, and below that, Solid Minerals National Assembly doubts federal government's commitment to diversity, or rather, to diversify the economy. And the writer says the summons finance, budget ministers, budget DG, Ministry of Solid Minerals, budget defense, deferred. That's the Nigerian Tribune, and we'll just take the very last story there. That says, the very last story, okay, I think I'll have to skip that. Go straight to the Daily Trust.
All right, Daily Trust now. Federal government rewards Abuja Kaduna Highway contract to inactive company. I'll read again. Federal government rewards Abuja Kaduna Highway contract to inactive company. Okay, you can read that story. We have $6 billion Mambila power contract. Sunrise CEO testifies in Paris court today. Police mourn mom as officer found dead in Abuja hotel. Count us out of negotiations with bandit casino government. We have PDP neck meeting threatened as governor's truce flaps. The federal government approved 50% hike in calls data tariffs. Trump inaugurated, declares mass deportation, says only 2 genders in the U.S. Abbas leads discourse on food security at 22nd Daily Trust Dialogue. All right, the picture I'm seeing there, you can just read that story to see what they're actually talking about. But I remember that this used to be in use. I don't know if it's still on. I think it's still in use. That's why they captured it. That's why Daily Trust captured it this morning. And it's for, that thing you're seeing is a hanger, a locally made hanger for sunning your clothes. And yeah, sure.
All right, the last paper to review is the Pointer. I think we'll come back to the studio to take a shot at that. The Pointer newspaper is the last paper for review this morning. Please, can you come to that, director? All right, we'll wait for that to work. If it doesn't, we'll just go straight to what the Pointer is saying. The Pointer has above the masthead: rising prices threaten food businesses, and below that, rumored fuel high. Don't panic, Ipman tells Nigeria. And before to speak here, the Delta State Governor writer Sharif Ogoriwori and the immediate past Accountant General of the state, Mr. Joy Era, on arrival at the event center Asaba for reception after a retirement Thanksgiving. It was mind-blowing. The event was such that brought down the heavens. Okay, the last story there. Trump threatens mass deportation. Okay, that's it on the Pointer newspaper this morning, and that's what all the tabloids have for you this morning. So go pick up a copy of any of these papers and peruse through. We'll take a break at this point and come back to yet our very last component of our morning live this morning with a guest in the house. Stay with us, we'll be right back. popular television program on TV. All right, we're getting to that spot now where we'll finally terminate the ride. And joining us on our next conversation, it's our own Honorable Uyero E. Jr., SA to His Excellency on Youth Mobilization. I'd like to welcome you, my Honorable.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. I would have called you senior.
And the
Long. I'm not comfortable with you. But welcome.
Thank you
So
very much.
how's it been
It's been fun. It's been nice.
in the youth world?
It's good.
It's good. Everything is good. Are you sure?
It's good. And it's a new year.
It's a new year.
And it's a
Everything
new
is
year.
good. But something happened in Niger State, and I'm sure that it's not for the old people, the aged.
The
didn't do that. Yes, it's the youth that went to go and school film. And then the PDP is not saying it's hunger. So are we hungry? Tell us, and I mean.
Basically, if you look at the critical situation we are in Nigeria, it tells in the face of everybody. It's critically challenging at the moment.
It is
challenging.
See, my
Yeah.
it has never been rosy. Let the truth be told. Because
from where you were born to now.
No, not from when I was born to now. Because at the point, things we had oil many years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
And Udoji areas also came in there. And since then, we've never had it again. So it's been up by inflation, escalation. Do you understand? So the blame party is my problem.
No, but even if it hasn't been rosy, like we all know, just like as you have stated, but the rate, the progression of inflation isn't this high.
Has never been this
high. So you understand that inflation moved from 1 digit, 2 digit. We're getting to 35.5. It has never been this high. And when you look at the rapid change in the dollar because of the policy and the removal of the first subsidy, and it has never been this high, because it was moving from 90 something to 110 to 1 this, but now it jumped from that straight up to 1,100 naira. Even the time at the time it was at about 1,200. So
what's that, the fuel price?
yeah, the fuel price. So
and the chances are that Bibles go more than that. But what we hear, because there are rumors feel like already.
Yeah. There are rumors already. So it has never been this. The prices and the whole rest of it has never been this. But Nigerians are persistent people.
Resident people.
Resilient.
But we are going through a lot.
Yes, that's why it is at the moment it's difficult.
Yeah, and that's why I always give it to legends of blessed memory who saw Nigeria that we are in
many years ago.
Yeah, we are suffering.
Yeah.
And yet
they are smiling.
Because we don't have a choice.
we choose. Alright, so away from that quickly before we come to your point. I know you're somebody who is well traveled. You've gone across the globe and all of that. I was a little surprised that you were in Nigeria yesterday. Thinking that as somebody who's an ambassador of the youth, he's an ambassador like that. Would have been in America to partake in the.
To give the president a handshake.
That could have been great and wonderful if the opportunity surfaces. But quite unfortunately,
you were in China some months back.
Yes, I was in China some months back. Yeah, but unfortunately, we watched the inauguration of Donald Trump on TV yesterday.
Yes,
and it was good. It was every dispensation, every transition comes with its own value for the people, and that was what Donald Trump was doing yesterday. He issued some other things that he also issued in terms of gender discrepancies that have always been, they have always said that the West wants to put in their religion across, but quite unfortunately we have a president now that's tending towards religion, and looking at morality also in the society. So it is good for us.
Yeah, it's declared.
Yeah. There's
We
also
have
yeah,
two genders
male
in the US.
and female.
So it's
No,
either
not-
you're a
not
male
the
or
he.
you're a
No,
Not the he.
yeah,
Or a she.
she. So it's also good. It's also good. It's also good for us that are religious continents, Africa. You understand? It's also good for us. So it has been a struggle for us trying to hard to adopt sanctions. Sometimes when some things don't go your way, they say it's because you are not supporting this law. But I think for now we all relax for the next 4 years and see if the next president after Donald Trump still continues on this tragedy.
Okay. So congratulations to Trump once more.
Yeah.
So back home, you are our youth ambassador, just like you rightly said, and we're talking about youth mobilization, mobilizing youth to become entrepreneurs. Because the truth is, we're hungry, but then I believe that there's some things that we can do, something we can do as youth to better our lives. So, since you're appointed to now, what have you rolled out for the youth in the state?
For the year 2025 is a good year. It's a wonderful year. Just like you just talked about entrepreneurship. I look at Ukraine. Ukraine is in critical challenge right now, but they are still sending grains to African countries and some countries in the world. So it means that their youth, their elders prepared well enough in terms of agriculture. And we have that vast land also in Nigeria. So what are we doing with it? So basically we need to rethink. For me in Delta State here, we are doing a lot. For this year, first of all, from my office, we are having a partnership with CAP, Chemical Allied Products, makers of Santex and Dulos Paint. Part of their social corporate responsibility for 2025, they will actually be training 400 youth in Delta State. And that's at no cost to Delta State government.
Training them
on paint,
manufacturing,
paint manufacturing and paint mixing.
For those who
for
paint.
for those who paint. So they're doing 400. And the good thing is that they are not just training for training's sake. They are training, and these young people being trained are going to be their adult staff. So whatever job they are going to have within the South, these Deltans are going to be the ones that handle that job. So it's a good thing for our state and for our young people in the state.
How long will this training be for?
It's going to be for the entire year. So for each quarter is 100. So for each quarter we train 100. For each quarter we train 100. So
3 months.
No, for 4 quarters.
Okay, 4 months.
No,
for the training.
Yes, it's going to expand from the first quarter starting from March. We're having the first training in March. We're having another one within June.
So I'm talking about the duration of the training.
Okay, the duration of training is 2 days.
2 days.
Yes.
Will it be enough to master the act?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
It will.
But there should be also a follow-up. Don't you think so?
Yes, there's a follow-up. That is why whatever job they're going to have within the South, these persons being trained are going to be the ones doing those jobs.
Okay.
So it's not like they are just training them and leaving them alone. They are training them and they're also engaging them for the whole year.
Okay, so you are also practicing with their staff
Yes.
to get to perfect.
To get to perfect.
But that's a nice one. So, but what do you think are some of the challenges that we face as youth? Because I'm in Delta State and I'm a born Delta, and so I'm talking about things that are peculiar with Deltans, especially the youth. What do you think are some of the challenges that we are encountering that is impoverishing us as a state and as a community? This is coming out,
For me, basically, I always want to use myself as an example. One of the very few things I feel that people should do as young people is to look for opportunities. Opportunities don't come looking for you. You go out to look for opportunities. And if you look at the critical society that we are today, everybody can beg to differ. But a lot of young people don't want to stress themselves. They don't want to work. They don't want to stress themselves. They want something that is already made. Something that is just there for them to just get into. and get the money. But things doesn't work that way. Things doesn't work that way. I was looking at Eric, the musician's post this morning. He said, where is it in my street where you have Yahoo boys? The only thing that is there is hotel, club, lodge. So when you look at that, you understand what he was trying to say. So we as a people, as young people, we must understand that the critical thing that really stands you is the impact that you have made. And that impact comes by creating solutions. There are a lot of problems that we have. It is when you create solutions you are able to survive well. So we must look for problems and find solutions.
We have problems already.
There are
We don't need to
problems,
look for.
there are problems everywhere. So we need to create, we need to create more solutions. Not just sitting down and wanting to just grab or just get something that is. I don't want to use a negative word that people will not look at. You are castigating the category set of people. No, I'm not trying to castigate them. I'm only saying that there's need for us to do the right thing. Look for how we can solve some of these critical solutions. And if you look at the days of the old, the people that stood up for this country were young people. They weren't old people. They were young people that felt that what was going on in society wasn't good enough and they needed to make a change. And they came up together and find how they can be able to help. So I think what we need to do is to look at how we can fix ourselves and see how we can start creating solutions for a better society. Like I said earlier on, we have large, vast land that is ungoverned, is untapped, is unmanaged, is following on it. We can make use of it.
Yes. All right, Ambassador, I'd like to appreciate all that you've been saying, because it shows that you actually learned through the ropes. Because following your pedigree, we see you talk very intelligently, and I must give that to you sincerely, because you are widely traveled, because the experience that you're talking about now has to do with more like the Chinese experience, rather than give me fish, teach me how to fish. Nigeria is more like a consuming nation. We need to be like the Asian tigers. There are more countries that produce. So agriculture is another mainstay, as far as the production nexus is concerned. So, are you looking at that also, speaking to the conversation?
Yes, if you see, like this year, on the 5th of March, we are having a program in Isoko. It has to do with the essays and the SSAs came together. They want to put up a program together. Unfortunately, I'm also the chairman of the organizing committee of the program. So that program has to do with political unity and empowerment through agriculture. So what we're trying to do with that program is to see how we can, as young people, can look into agriculture to empower ourselves. Years ago, there was a program known as Data Beyond Oil. When you look at the program, Data Beyond Oil, it tends towards how we can now diversify from oil and look into agriculture. Program was good, but implementation was a little bit wrong, and that's why we didn't get it right. Why? Because the core people that are supposed to drive that program were not part, or the sincerity of driving the program wasn't there. So if you look at how we can look at building agriculture, like I've always said, get the young people involved in agriculture. Give them the enabling requirement they need to excel. A lot of young people want to go into agriculture, but they don't even have the right resources to go into it. Make resources available. Resources, credit-worthy resources available for those young people to go into it, and you will see how it will transform. We are looking at, for me, I feel that community farming, community joint farming, is the best way for us to actually drive our agriculture. When I say community farming, it's farming that has to do with more than one person, not just one person going to farm. We have about 4-5 people as friends coming together to farm. So the day I'm not available to handle anything at the farm, we have another person that is available to handle something at the farm. When the time for harvest comes, it becomes divided profit.
So in our local parlance,
Yeah.
it's called kill and divide.
Yeah, so so you understand.
Equally.
So that is how I feel that government should look at farming going forward. Because if you are looking at just empowering one person, it will look somehow. But if we have a joint farming, joint businesses, and that can also make sure that the credit facility that you are even giving out becomes a little bit reduced. Because I might have 1,000, you might have 1,000, and you might have 1,000. If we add it together, it's 3,000. So if we are even buying bed feet, what we might be looking for might be a little bit less. So I feel that joint farming, joint community farming, is something that we can look forward to in making sure that agriculture progresses.
So away from agriculture, because I mean, sometimes I get bored when people say, yes, we've been looking beyond oil. It was a project that even the federal government bought into, and then the state adopted it, Delta Beyond Oil. Oh, I see where we are at the moment. So I get really somehow bored when I hear the youth should go into farming, the youth should go into. Hey, apart from farming, how about the sectors?
There are different sectors that actually young people can try.
Yeah.
We have the ICT.
Yeah, that's even the main thing now.
We have sport. We have entertainment. So these particular sectors are sectors that also young people can try. We are not saying everybody to go into agriculture. Everybody can go into agriculture.
Yeah.
But what we are saying that we need a larger percentage of some of these young people also going into agriculture,
So
because
that's
it's actually abandoned. Because we need to grow our food. We need to grow food that we eat. Any nation that cannot grow food that we eat is a dependent nation, and a dependent nation can grow. You can move forward. If a man is depending on another man to survive, it's difficult for you to grow. So we need also a lot of young people in the agricultural sector. And that is another sector that can take a jump out of people out of the street. So we look at the entertainment, we look at ICT, we also look at sport. Sport is a very big investment. Thank God now we have a new sport commission and its members. Just yesterday we had one of the members moving from one of the local government to the local government, Miss Henrietta. I think she's also doing very nicely in that area. So I also feel that with what we are doing right now in the state, from the job creation officer, the Honorable Commissioner for Humanitarian, also the Commissioner for ICT. They just launched a project they are doing last year. Also, the Ministry of Youth is coming up with a project it's also doing. So I think also the state is actually trying to see how we can also push in a lot of take a lot of young people out of the streets to some of these projects that are doing in the state. So I'm not just saying about agriculture. There are also different programs that can also take.
Okay, I'd like to recall you with this very last conversation that you've given us the various indices via job creation, via humanitarian, via ICT, and sports, and entertainment. Now, what is the numerical figure here? Because if you say all of these points, can you really trade 1,000 each at every tranche? Because if you do that, then you would have pulled out well over hundreds of thousands of youths. Because the youths of today, obviously are the leaders of tomorrow. What you see where that concentration is how to punch, how to
how to press, you mean?
To press, because they feel that's the fastest. Because when there are no opportunities coming for them, the next thing they begin to think of. Like I have 2 grown-up adults now. I've tried all I could to push them into the state system, to train them. But probably their father is not that connected, to like that kind. And when you see that they are not bringing us, they are not bringing food to the table.
Mr. Tano. No, Mr. Tano. No, I don't want to say their father is not well connected. I also feel that the opportunities that we have does not presently just match the number of people that are there in the street. So we say you must keep on trying. Like I tell you.
Keep on trying to get old.
No, not till you get old, until it comes. It will come. It will come, even if it takes some time. So there are different programs going on. I can't give a specific number because I'm not directly involved in those programs. I'm not directly involved in those programs. But I know that both from the job creation, the ICT, the Ministry of Science and Technology, the Ministry of Humanitarian and Child Development, also I talk about job creation. I know they have done quite a number of training. I've also witnessed Fadama also doing a lot of
Fadama, are they still in existence?
Yeah, they're still in existence. Done a lot of starter packs given out to people within the state. I know these numbers that have been given down on papers. I have witnessed some of these distributions. I also know that because of the population of people that we have, some of this empowerment might not get to everybody at the same time. But definitely, I know there is a system where if you have benefited, you might not be able to benefit in the next program. And I know it will go wrong. So for this that you have said, I will take note of it. Yeah, I'll take note of it and see how we can work it out in the next, because I know that in this year 2025 there's going to be a lot of empowerment coming out from these offices.
All right, there's something that's happening with the youth now. It's called the get rich quick syndrome, and sometimes I don't blame them 100% because some of them, their parents or the society, are mounting pressure on them. If you don't, the truth is, if you don't have money in Nigeria or in the world, nobody's going to respect you. So that mindset, how do you think we can now start to do like a paradigm shift in their mind to say, you know what, hard work still pays? Because I tell you something, 90% of youth in Nigeria now believes that, look, I have to do what I got to do to make money. And I have to make money, build houses, buy the latest car, and just live my life, the way I want it. There's nobody wants to now do hard work. So even when you put them and enroll them for training, they just do there for the sake of it, and then their minds are no longer in what they are, enlisted to. Nobody's ready to learn a trade, and not just when I say youth, not just for the male, even the female. Everybody's complaining. The hairdresser there doesn't have anybody to train anymore. The fashion designer doesn't have any girl coming to say, I want to register, because it's either she's doing one thing or she's following the person that is doing the other thing. So how do we start teaching them again? How do we start letting them know again that hard work still pays in this time that we are in?
So let me come this way. Let me come this way. As society gets tough, parents are looking for what their children will eat. Time for family reduces, and morals goes down.
True.
And that's the critical problem that we have in the society. In those days, when you go home with something that is not yours, your parents will spank you, shout at you, scold you, ask you to return it. These days, the parents are not even in the house to monitor if their children are coming home with things that are not theirs.
True.
Nobody's checking. So for the fact that nobody's checking, the young man or the young girl sees that is how life should be. He's looking for something that is not his. He's looking at an elderly man that is driving the jeep. He's looking at himself that is young, and I'm supposed to be driving this jeep. So our moral values from the home, from the very first point in the home, needs to be looked into. Whatever that is happening within the society, it is what the society is giving out. So what we amplify, it's what we are seeing today. I can tell you that some parents right now are the ones even buying these phones for their children to go and do this thing that I'm talking about.
Yes, now because they want
So
to make money.
you understand? So we must go back to the moral setting of society, to the moral setting of the family, and look at how the family can actually rethink and see how children from home can actually start behaving in the right direction.
So we should start from children now, because I think that the youth or the adults now, is it too late?
No, it's not too late.
So how do we bring back I'm talking about adults.
Yes, the adult is not, no, I'm just saying the adult is not too late. We can actually start having critical programs that addresses this issue, like what the state bureau for orientation is doing. I don't know if you get me. What the state bureau for orientation is doing. It might not suddenly disappear from every young person, but gradually we will try and see how we can change, and how the family can now start looking at the very young ones that we have now in the home, and see how we can change those ones. So by the time these ones are also being talked to at different forums, the ones coming up can actually inculcate that in their body for us to have a better society. So it is something that is not just for government, it is for all of us to actually look at and change.
Well, thank you so much for your presence. We must commend you because we've been following your social media space, and that is why we decided that it's important for us to bring you up stage and talk. And then you've taken us through a few of them. But the very last before we allow you is the copper program that you were actually running.
Yeah.
How far did that go before I let you go?
Yeah, the Cops Community Connect. So it's a wonderful program. Just yesterday we commissioned a library at Idumu Secondary School by one of the youth corpers, Esther Olenikon. She did that project under the Cops Community Connect. The project was developed because of the fact that I felt that when I see the numbers of awardees coming out in different states, I saw that Delta State wasn't having that national award as it were to be in those days. So I felt there's need for us to come up with a program that can actually help youth corpers to do community projects. So we launched what is known as the Cops Community Connect, and that Cops Community Connect was to assist corpers. So the very first phase of this was this corper that we assisted. There was no library in the school, and she felt that it was good for her to do a library. So there was an abandoned building, so she renovated it, painted it, made shelves, bought books, and chairs and the rest. It was all through community effort, through my office, friends, and the rest of it. So we had the estimate of what she wanted to use, and we did a broadcast on social media. And lovely Deltans and lovely Nigerians supported to the project. Yesterday we commissioned the project.
Wow.
And it was lovely.
Congratulations. And more of it.
More of it. We're having more this year.
Now governor is doing more.
Yeah. So we're having more projects this year. In fact, we are going to commission a water project in one of the villages in the local government. So we are having more projects this year.
All right, thank you so much,
Way to go.
Ambassador Uyero Ejuna, SA on Youth Mobilization to His Excellency. More wins for you, because if all SAs can come and also give a scorecard of what they have been doing, then I know the more agenda will be better for you. I'd like to thank you for always coming to our program whenever with a call across. That's where we'll drop it for today. Morning right, if it
I'm just going to do the words of marble on your behalf today. The words of marble. It is essential that justice be done, and it is equally vital that justice not be confused with revenge, but the two are wholly different. This from Oscar Araya.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for riding with us. Let's do this again next week, Tuesday. My name is Ifi Osita Olonwa. Bye for now.
And on behalf of the production crew, my name is Onometa. God bless Delta State. God bless Nigeria.